Father Sean, I have a public confession to make. You asked me to keep my testimony between 3 to 4 minutes. It's a little longer, but a personal testimony must not be timed. It must be nurtured and narrated. My name is Denise Jimenez. My husband Tomas and I have been registered members of St. Procopius Church since about 1997, the year of our marriage, and I'm here with my family today. When Father Sean and Maria Ramirez asked me to speak on Mother's Day and give my testimony about being a mother, I said, "Oh, sure." But I really was thinking, "Oh, shoot." And actually in my head, I said, oops, a word I cannot repeat in this family-friendly house. But seriously, I first asked myself, what do I have to offer St. Procopius congregation? I'm not worthy. I'm just a mother of 5 beautiful adult children whom I have shared raising, and a grandmother of 3, all of whom I love unconditionally. I am an ordinary person. I have not done anything extraordinary in my life, nor traveled to another country ministering to other Christians. I certainly am not a shepherd. My next thought was, what do I talk about? And then it came to me. I can't talk about being a mother, a teacher, and building my legacy. Let's start with the definition. According to dictionary.com, the word mother means a female parent, a mother-in-law, a stepmother, or an adoptive mother. Well, I feel lucky. I fit all of those definitions. I must be a mother. Okay, so I'm a female parent. What does that mean? It means this poem, written by an anonymous author, and it goes like this. What is a mother? A mother is someone who loves you, who cares for you in every way. She sits down and listens to what you have to say. She always thinks you're beautiful, never puts you down. She always has a smile to wipe away your frown. A mother is someone who believes in you, always pushes you to go far, tells you to believe in yourself no matter who you are. A mother is like an angel, although without the wings. She tells you to enjoy life's most smallest things. That's what a mother is. In the past 2 years, I have endured a few difficult challenges in my personal life. Half of my condo was destroyed due to a flood from an overflowing toilet 2 floors above me, causing my husband Tomas and 2 of our children living with us and my cat Flojo to take up shelter in a hotel for 6 weeks during reconstruction. I lost my job when the new chief brought in her own team. I struggled for several months to find a new position at less than 50% of my previous salary. I lost my kid's grandmother, the matriarch of the Jimenez and Dobos family, a lady I secretly called Mom, and I temporarily lost hope and faith. Over the course of my entire 29-year teaching career, I have missed my very own mother every single day of the past 28 days, 11 months, and 28 years since her passing. Although she's been with me spiritually, in her physical absence, I have searched for and found mother figures to fill that aching void. My acting mothers have been an elderly colleague at a Catholic school where I taught, a friend's mother whom I've known and loved for 40 years, a former mother-in-law during an 11-year previous relationship with a boy, and my kid's grandmother during my 16 years of marriage to Tomas until her death 1 year ago at the tender age of 99. It is in this past 2 years it has occurred to me that I'm not a young whippersnapper anymore. My grandson thinks I'm 82, and several students at my current teaching post think I'm in my 60s. Do I really look that old? I certainly don't yet carry a cane or a stick. With the passing of each of these tragic events, I realized that I had no legacy to pass down through the generations. and I've been looking for one ever since. That is until this year. Tomas and I have a newly rebuilt interior and remodeled home for the kids to fight over after our passing. And I don't want to hear any arguments before then. Joey, I know you'll take the master bedroom. God blessed me when I was laid off because he placed me in the hands of a CPS, Chicago Public School, contract school called Hope. And Hope gave me hope. After one short year there, God called me to leave Hope and gently set me down in the hands of an UNO charter school network servicing Hispanic communities in the city of Chicago, similar to this. I am now stationed at Esmeralda Santiago Charter School, where I serve as academic interventionist and coordinator of RTI, Response to Intervention, and work with struggling K-8 students in reading and math. God placed me right where he needed me to be, right in the hands of hope. I have come to realize that legacy doesn't mean or include solely procreating and making babies. It means handing down something special. So what do I have that's so special to hand down to my children? Besides our home, it has very recently dawned on me that my something special is my teaching and my mothering nature. At school, a number of children call me Mom, Mommy, and Grandma. I don't mind the mom part, but the grandma part, not so much. They ask me if they can come home with me or invite me to their homes and into their bedrooms during my home visits. I've come to learn, thanks to my faith and my own hope, through this series of tragic events, that my legacy has been growing during my entire teaching career and over these same 29 years since I missed my mother. I only didn't realize it until recently. You see, I know that one part of my legacy is my teaching, especially the thousands of students whom I have always called my kids, my children. Just like I call my own 5 children and 3 grandchildren. And that's the second part of my legacy, my mothering nature. I've cared about my children and grandchildren like I've cared about my students, the same way for the past 17 plus years. As a mother, I will never forget the sacrifices I have made. I gave up my home office so our daughter and granddaughter could have a quiet space, for our granddaughter a room of her own, and to be close to her favorite aunt, not to mention free limo rides. We gave up so much so our son could attend an elite, out-of-state military school. I will always remember the time I drove him back to school by myself and got caught in a blinding horizontal snow blizzard through northwestern Indiana. I prayed the Our Father and Hail Mary alternately for 5 hours. The 5 hours it took me to drive home during what should have been a 2-hour trip. This is just a couple examples of my mothering and love. At this time, may I share a secret with you. Something very personal and private that I just don't tell everybody. I've cared for my children like they're my very own birth children. But to be honest, my 5 children are actually 4 stepchildren and 1 adopted child. But I couldn't love them any more than if they were my very own, because they are mine, even though I didn't give birth to them. So this is my legacy, building a trusting, loving relationship with all our children, bringing them closer to God, just as God has brought me closer to Him. Isn't that our primary goal here on earth, to draw others to Christ? I desire to live a godly legacy like my beautiful, loving mother did. Not one of wealth and notoriety, but one of sincere, genuine faith and hope. That this is so evident to all I come in contact with. At this time of Thanksgiving, let us all focus on the legacy that has been left for each of us and seek to leave a godly one of genuine faith and hope for those following after us. It could mean the difference between eternal life and death. I hope that my testimony blesses everyone, especially those who have a difficult time on Mother's Day, especially those who are mothers, have mothers, want to be mothers, and others who are in mother-like roles. I hope my story encourages all of you to desire more of God, to hope in Him, to have faith in Him, to daily rely on His strength, because we are weak every day, and our strength comes from the Lord. Thank you for listening to my journey. Happy Mother's Day to you all. May God bless you and your families. You and those you love are in my prayers.